Hello and welcome back. So we are at Lugnistad and I've sold things, we now have money again. That's nice. I've also done some planning with Plan Your Perks, at least for most of these people. And also it just occurred to me that Rumold here, who is a caravan hand, apparently actually cannot be converted to be a cultist, so I think I'll let him go. He would need to be dumb or have brain damage. I could try to get brain damage, but it's a pretty low chance of getting that. One thing I could do is keep this guy around until he's level 6, and then we could hope that I get the caravan hand event for, I think it's plus 9 inventory slots, but if I go for that event, I suppose we will try to find an actually dumb caravan hand, because you need to be dumb unless you're lowborn to convert. And if you're I think a noble background, you only can convert if you have brain damage, so it is what it is. So I suppose we'll let Rumold here go, and I will pay him for his time. I also recruited Heinrich here, and I've decided to let him go as well, since we are doing pretty well overall, cultist-wise. So he has 2 stars in melee defense, but apart from that, I can't really see much of a use for this guy, unless he rolls like a god with melee skill. Let's not try to find out. So I will let him go as well. I'm not even going to pay him. Get lost. Okay, but we do have a Winrich here who is a brawler, and he can be converted. He doesn't have stars in melee defense, but he does have stars in range defense, and he does have access to parry, which I've spoken about a little bit during this run, so this should hopefully keep him alive once he converts. We'll just say once he converts and not hope for it. And we also have Helmer here, the Daytailor, who has access to the Tactician tree, so that's pretty nice. He's not perfect, but he's my only Tactician. So hopefully he as well, well, let's not hope. Let's just say he will be converted. Alright. Now let's take a look at these contracts. One of them most likely will ask us to rid them of some brigands who are ambushing trade routes, but I will not accept that. What is this? Yeah, this is a drive of brigands southwest. No. I would like you to perpetually have ambushed trade routes, so I have a place to sell for a good price. And this is a delivery. Southwest again, Wagenheim. Do I want to go there? I could go there. I'm planning on visiting these settlements here. I can do it in that order, so I guess I'll take it. We can also scout this area. Maybe find like a undead camp that we can clear. We now should probably be able to do those. Most of them. At least the necromancer variety. Since we have rally the troops as well as decent mercenaries, decent cultists. So let us take this delivery. Also, yes, one thing, I've actually written things down so I remember, is that I have enough parts for a nacho necklace. Let's make one. Actually, let's make 2. And also, let's make reinforced throwing nets. There we go. Nice. So the necklaces, who gets them? Frontliners, I suppose. Ludger, you may have one. And let's see. Gerbold already has one. Swain is in the back line. I'll just give it to someone who is in the front. So Esvig, there you go. Also, I seem to have a 100 helmet. I suppose someone should be using that. So you're not a cultist. You're not a cultist, but I guess since you're a thrower, you don't mind vision -1. So have that. Alright, we are, I think, almost ready to move on, but let's see if anyone wants a dagger upgrade. Adelbert. There you are. And also, a couple of these people are using hooked blades. Let's instead give Randolph here a jagged pike. And also let's compare with the Spetum. Yeah, I suppose the Spetum is probably better. So, Spetum for Adelmar, who will eventually, if he's still alive, be using a crossbow or a gun. For now, though, use as big of a stick with reach as you can. Let us get going. Forsaken Ruins. Okay, that could be brigands. That's probably actually, yeah, that's probably the... I forget, I didn't read what the location is called, but that's probably the brigands that are ambushing them, so I'll leave that be. Okay, this is a good thing. Our cargo has been stolen, which means we can do a fight. Fighting, of course, is how we make our money and also how we level up people. Collapsed hiding place. Alright, I should maybe go in straight away, but let's wait for daytime. So I see what we are facing. Okay, there are hunters there. That's a bit of a bummer, because they have range superiority. They might still decide that they want to engage with us straight away, but if the hunters have crossbows, then this could be painful. Yes, walk forward, but please go a little bit further than that. Okay, that's better, yeah, but I'm still hoping for more. That's the spirit. Alright, seems to be an easy fight. That's fine with me at this stage of the game. Alright, so Ludger here is initiative based, but I don't have Relentless, so I suppose I'll mostly try to avoid waiting, though he doesn't have dodge yet, so maybe it's not that big of a deal. But let's go in immediately. We see a crossbow, we see a couple of throwing nets. Anyways, like I said, it should be very easy here. Unless a crossbow hits someone in the face, or maybe a flail. Always the possibility of something like that happening. Alright, I'll engage, I don't know, it doesn't really matter, here. And then I'll wait with Sigmar, probably go for the back line, but let's not go for it just yet. Okay, Torhelm is the new guy, I believe. Yeah, one of the new guys. Level 4, doesn't even have stars in range skill, but is still a thrower. Okay. Well done. Alright. Had to clear my throat there, so I muted the microphone. Not that you need to know, but now you know. Okay, let's see. I suppose I'll go for a very low chance of disarming. Slight mistake here, I guess, since if I use... Well, no, it doesn't matter, because this is a 5 AP weapon, so I can use Whirling Death. Then use Adrenaline, and I can step here next round. Okie dokie. Let's go for the guy who isn't stunned. Sven, let's double check. 9 melee defense. Level 6 though, with Steel Brow, so against these fools I'm willing to step forward. Alright, so actually if I move here, it's pretty likely that at least, well, only one of these nets can of course be applied to one person at a time, but I don't want one of them to be wasted, so let's not go too far actually. I'd like to have a good chance of looting them. Alright, they are waiting, so I will also wait before I engage with their backline. We are getting a bit lucky in this fight, not that it matters. Hopefully I get lucky with the throwing nets as well, though I have a good reserve of them, so maybe it doesn't even matter. Alright, at this point, let's wait. There you are. Okay, so... Sadly, I can't use adrenaline, of course, as I've ended Gerbolt's turn there. Maybe I can get this one? Well, we'll try. We'll try. We will try our darndest, and if we fail, then too bad. A headshot would have been better, but I'll take it. Let's also use the dog. Nice. Nice hit. There we go. One throwing net for us. Thank you. I will be switching, I think, Sigmar's weapon here, unless I get wear them down at some point. Oh, also, I should have gone for the robber with the net. Oh well. I might be able to break his resolve though, and we still have Thorhelm there, so I'll go for the... Okay, never mind, no kill. Oh, whoopsie, I forgot. This guy is in the way, sadly. Alright, well, one of the nets is kind of wasted. Let us crush them. Okay, get next to this guy. Probably didn't even need to use adrenaline there, but I did. Do you like dogs? I like dogs. Maybe this guy isn't the biggest fan at the moment, though. Okay, let's wait for them to flee. And by flee, I mean die. Laughing as he's about to die and also fleeing. How silly of you. I have no idea what's causing this. I'm going to assume it's a bug. There we go. Swain gets a level. And we find things. Swain, level 7. Picks up flexible. I'll take the melee defense here, you know, even though it probably will never matter much. But the resolve also won't matter, so I'll go with that. Right, let's continue. Barbarian's Ritual Site. No. Many Reavers, a few Chosen, and an Armored Unhold. No. Undead Tracks. Mossy Ruins. Okay, I guess we try that. Sadly, I don't see what's inside specifically, though. So it could be a problem. But it could also be not a problem, so... Resolves are pretty good. Against Ghasts, that is. So do I have a better armor than this? It seems... technically, yes. Now let's switch with the backliner. Like so. Alright. Let's see. Should I switch weapons now for Sigmar? Maybe. Go with something... No, this has 5 reach. Yeah, I think we'll try this. Maybe don't have Gerbold on a flank though, so who goes there? Maybe Eswig? And we can still have Ludger nearby to Sigmar. At this point I'm not really making much use of Phalanx, but at some point I suppose it might still be relevant. Maybe bring like Erwin instead of a new guy? Like Adelmar? Yeah, let's do that. And if Erwin dies... then again. Fear of Undead. Never mind. Never mind. Do I have someone who could go to the front? Maybe Randulf. I could give him a shield. That does maybe waste a little bit of his melee skill though. He does have 9 lives. I could give him like a golden dag or maybe even a 2-handed Saif. I would like to have one more frontliner for this. Anyways, I guess Adelmar is coming back to the lineup here. But yeah, does Randulf go to the front? He has 11 melee defense and 9 lives. Could also keep him in the front with this weapon, I guess. Losing him in this would be semi-bad, but not the end of the world by any means. Despite having the 3 stars in melee skill, he's also clumsy. And I think he rolled pretty badly, if I remember correctly. Don't want to put Adalbert there, not with 40 hit points. Yeah, I guess it's Randulf. Go there. But the question now is, do I hold on to this weapon? I think I probably will. Has a reach of 6, that also helps. Let's do something like this, maybe? Or actually like this? So if there are ghasts, actually it does make sense for Adalbert to be in the front, as long as I'm very careful with him. Like put him not quite in the middle, but not quite on the flank either. Of course there might not be any ghasts here, but the whip has a good reach. I mean, not this reach, but the reach of range of 3 tiles. Okay, never mind. Let's do it like that then. And I'll use Adalbert on... Sure, this spot. We'll see how it goes. Can also decide to flee, maybe. Depending on what's here. Okay, it's zombies and nachos. That shouldn't be too bad. That should be fine, actually. So we can just end turn here. So I should activate Whirling Death. Did I already end your turn? Yes, I did. Well, I can do that later. Would be nice to have the undead ambition for this, but oh well. And now I suppose we wait round. Alright, let the games begin. Okay, I'll use the Rolling Death. Let's whirl them to death. I could have used Passing Step there. It's the first time I have Passing Step in this run, so I keep forgetting I have it. Alright, let's just wait for these guys here, I guess. This time, does it really help if I use it? Probably not. So I know I don't need to be activating Rolling Death just yet there, but it doesn't really matter, I don't think. So I'll use it. Okay, let's use a dog. And I guess get the melee weapon out. One thing I could do here, or could have done, is select one or two of them to dagger maybe for the armor, but I don't know. Kind of too late now. Don't care about this armor, for example. But I could have done that. Some of it is still an upgrade. Don't need to be using the dogs, but I suppose I will. Zombie fights are usually just complete pushovers, or they're just too much for you. Well, this is good experience. And the loot might also be good. Or at least it's more money. Okay. Yeah, the XP is good, however only one of us get a level up. The loot is meh. Makes sense though, since it was so easy. Adelmar, level 4. Plus 5 ranged. Do I care about melee skill at all? I don't think I do. Take the fatigue and what? Hit points, I guess. All the way up to 50 range skill. That is the quality of the ranged guys I'm working with here. Anyways, what perk? So I might be taking quick hands at some point. I guess I should. I have ready to go. Passive, your crossbows and firearm must start each battle loaded, including those carried in the bag, if you have the correct ammunition equipped. So I suppose you can't have a crossbow equipped and then have like 2 guns here. The guns, well, you can have the guns, but they won't be loaded. It's been a while since I've used the gun. Well, maybe this run will see one. A famed one, that is. So I think we'll probably take the quick hands. We can run with multiple crossbows. Actually, with that in mind, bags and belts might be pretty good. I could have 5 crossbows. Switch those out. Yeah, that's pretty funny. Anyways, let's take the quick hands. Do I care about to wear them down? Any hit, any miss. So this doesn't need a melee weapon. With a gun, this might be actually insanely good. Let's mark that in blue. Okay, let's go. Alright, Elite Bandit Lair. Which means I leave it be. Nice to know it's here though. Okay, 3 skull contract. Do they want me to rid them of brigands? Yes. Okay, I decline. Check the recruits. There is at least 1 cultist. Yeah, the answer, well, the total was 1. Let's see. He is not very good though. 2-star melee defense. He's also dumb and asthmatic. No stars in melee skill. 2-star resolve. I think I'll just immediately let this guy leave. Don't see much of a use for him. See ya. Go found a gate somewhere. Okay, let's check some of these recruits though. I'll do the tryout thing, since I have the recruiter. Alaric the Peculiar. Of course, I don't see the stars doing this, but anyway. Probably try actually recruit Oscar the Quick here. See how he is, though he's not really benefiting from being quick that much. He doesn't have the medium armor perk tree. And I'll just outright recruit the cripple here. Horse the Young, sure-footed and dexterous. Okay, let's see. Oscar the Quick has 2-star melee skill. Starts with an absolute mean roll though, so I will let him go. See ya. Then we have a large, the cripple. 2-star range defense, no parry. Quite low rolls otherwise, but Melee defense is okay thanks to being tiny. I will also let this one go. Now how about you, Horst? 1-star melee skill starts at 60 thanks to +5 from Dexterous. Earlier on that's good. I'm wondering if that's good enough now. Well, 85-ish by... But then again, you are an apprentice. Can I even convert you? I don't think I can. Can I? I did take a screenshot from the wiki for this purpose. So I'm looking at that now to see the apprentice icon. Yeah, I don't think he can be converted, sadly. Okay, never mind. See ya. We tried. Check the selling price here. I might offload some things. Some of the cheaper items. Let's do so. Better to sell them at a slightly worse price here instead of having to dump them. Yeah, I don't need this many shields, I guess. Oh, whoopsie, I didn't mean to sell that. So sell this shield and that shield. Okay, I think we are probably ready to move on. Alright, onwards to Eisenholz. Alright, we have lumberjacks. I believe lumberjacks can be converted. But I will check. Yes, I think that's the case. Let's do some tryouts. This guy has discovered talent, so I guess he'll be a take. This guy has brute, so I guess that's kind of neutral / good. And we can deal with fear of beasts. How the hell do you both of you fear beasts? Okay, here we have Leif Orkbane, who's cocky. He might still be good, but I'll leave him be because cocky is pretty bad. If he has like the right stars and rolls, then he might still be good, but yeah. Let's not use the money there. But I'll gamble on those two. Okay, first one is... well, like I said, he does have the discovered talent. 3-star resolve, 2-star range defense. Does have parry, maybe I'll keep him. I guess I should see if discovered talent gives me something good. And then we have Elmer here, who's pretty bad. Yeah, that's going to be a no from me. Dog. Go away. Okay, Egon here, I guess we'll keep. This is fine. Max rolled 57 melee skill. Other rolls seem to be pretty decent for the most part as well. We're hoping to see melee skill and melee defense stars early from discovered talent. He's by no means fantastic as of yet, but he might get decent. I'll give him some things here. Something like that. Okay. Also, maybe I shouldn't be recruiting so many at this point. Also, not do the unhold contract despite it being only a 1 skull, I don't think. Unholds are rather tough, so I don't think I want to try it. I don't have anyone with Indom. We're getting far better at killing things, but in a fight like that, someone like Gerbold might just die, despite it being overall doable. So I don't think it's worth it, even with the beast ambition, so let's leave it. Also have the double mail, should I use that already? I don't think I'll ever use this on a famed piece, so I suppose I should use it on a non-famed piece already. So maybe on one of these 90 armors. So probably a cultist leather robe. Sure, I'll give it to Adelbert here. He is nimble, so he's taking a bit more armor damage from that, but it's fine. Let's move on. Oh, unholds, yeah. Well, they're afraid of us, but I'm also afraid of them. I guess if there's like a couple of them, I could do it, but I don't want to bother. Erwin the Cripple asks how Swain does it. If I remember right, Swain is like a refugee or a cripple or a beggar, so... Anyway, the veteran raises an eyebrow. Do what? The cripple bounces his head around as he figuratively beats around the bush. No, fight. Every time I get out there, I just think I'm not up to it, as though I were dragging you fellas down. Swain laughs. I get what you mean. A cripple ain't fit for sellswording. But is that who you are? Just a cripple? Or are ye a man? You can choose to let your wobbles and ungainliness define who you are, or you can make your own path, as crooked and hobbled it may be. Nodding, Erwin's face starts to glow. You're right. I'm not all that I could be, and I got the body of a dying nun, but no man will put in more effort than I. Okay. Well said. Erwin gains resolve, stamina, and initiative, and also gets eager. Erwin and Swain. Swain is a cripple. Oh man. Okay. The cripple and the veteran cripple. Sure. Sure. I am amused. Thank you. Thank you for the amusement game. Alright, let's see here. Recruits. So there's Houndmasters. I think those guys can also be converted without being dumb. I believe that is the case. There's also... I did just say I should cool it with the recruiting, but these guys are pretty cheap. I'll just see how they are. 3-star melee skill starts pretty low though. Nearly mean rolled. It's also sure-footed and fat. I believe fatness will get removed with time. It's a good thing to have, because hit points are generally more useful than stamina, but it will be removed as he marches, unless he gets gluttonous. So I guess we'll probably keep this guy. He can be a pole armor, or if he rolls well with the melee defense, then something else. 84, still a bit low, I guess, but I think this is good enough. As a star in fatigue, does not have berserk nor unstoppable, but with leverage can, I suppose, sometimes attack twice. And also once we get inspiring presence, then should guarantee more. As in more of a chance to attack twice at least. So let's keep this guy around. All convert. Question mark Paul. The second guy is not going to be a keep. He's just I wouldn't say even mediocre, he's just bad. He's not the worst, but he's pretty bad, so go away. Okay, I'll still check Raymar the Vagabond here, but then I will be at 20 out of 20, which is too much. Because I also won't have room for random cultists joining us. But Raymar here isn't very good, so I will let him go. Also, actually, I forgot, Vagabonds do not get promised potential, so maybe I shouldn't have even bothered. Anyways, Egon here, we might decide to let go if he doesn't get good rolls / good stars early on from discovered talent. Yeah, I guess at this point I'm at 19 out of 20. I shouldn't recruit unless I see more cultists. Let's get a few things. I can also save money for famed weapons, which none are available here. Let's go through this area to Gunheim. I suppose I can start taking more risks. Despite what I said earlier about those unholds, I have money and I have plenty of people. There's just a delivery here though. No cultists. I'm really tempted to get Wildman. Though actually, never mind, they don't count as lowborn for some reason. That's very strange. It's also, I guess, possible that the wiki is wrong. At least when it comes to modded playthroughs. I would imagine that Reforged has not changed things with the background affiliations, but Legends, I think, might have. But anyway. Also, if I want a ranged character, I guess I should be trying out these poachers. But yeah, we have 19 people, so I need to get people killed, basically. And we can definitely win our goals without having more ranged. Okay, I'll do this thief contract. I should be focusing perhaps more on the wilderness parts of the map at this point instead of doing these contracts. Especially since I don't... Yeah, since I'm at 19, I don't need to be visiting all of these settlements. So I guess what we might do actually now is go back south and we can potentially take on even some slightly tougher nomad camps at least. Okay, this is for a 2-skull contract. It seems tougher than what we're used to. That's fine. I guess I'll go with this lineup. Of course, when you have this many people, managing the lineup also becomes a bit of an issue. But one of the most fun things about this game is finding those recruits. It's like gambling in a sense. And never mind, this is actually very easy. I'll still use that Whirling Death ability, even though it's not necessary. So yeah, I should have maybe given Adelmar something to do with Quick Hand, something more. Does have a dagger though. begin here. Yeah, I'm not too afraid of these guys. Getting hit by a woodcutter's axe would still hurt though. Or a golden dag. Just edge a little bit closer to them. A passing step. But here maybe use shield wall since he's only level 4. There's the rebuke effect doing things. But when I use rebuke, I guess I should have like a different heavier hitting weapon. This is a little bit flimsy. This goblin skewer. Maybe like a warhammer or a winged mace. I don't have those though. Okay, that's a slight mistake. That guy wasn't a threat. These guys, semi-threat, are. That's English. Trust me, that is English. Kind of. Threats they do be. I mean, they're helmetless and they have a body armor of 20, but still, getting hit by an axe doesn't feel nice. Well, there you go. Should have gotten some armor there. Okay, let's finish this. Okay. So now what? I think we'll go through this Fog of War. See if there's something there. And head towards... Was it Lugnisted that the place is called? So what is the selling price here? It is good enough, so I'll sell again. Oh, we found a crossbow. So that's going to be for our crossbow user, obviously. Anyways, I'll sell some things here, but not all of it. Make some room. I'll still hang on to this Nomad Maze, just in case. Good enough, I think. Okay, so Egon here. Not Egon, never mind. It's Edelmar. Have a crossbow. Start with that. And also let's mark it down. He has quick hands. So he can use the Spetum. Reloading is 5 AP. Shoot bolt is 3 AP. And with Mastery, reload costs 1 less action point. For now, he can have the Spetum, I guess. So I could switch with Randulf, I suppose. 50 to 70. Yeah, damage-wise, this is better, but of course, the Goblin Pike is 1 less AP to use. I don't know. Does it matter then? Maybe it doesn't matter. Okay, what was this? Deliver to southeast to Eichholz. I could take that, but I'm not going to. Let's just leave. Though, is there food? Let's get grains. Okay, what can we find here? Surely there's something. Vast emptiness. Undead group. Okay, let's destroy them. Our first ghasts of the run. I'll leave Swain out of this. Let's bring someone who levels. So... Well, Spain is also leveling, but still. Let's bring Egon. Isn't Egon one of the guys in Ghostbusters? If so, then this is fitting. Anyways, let's see. Is there someone I don't want in the lineup? Probably not. Cultists plus Egon. Okay. Also see Barbarians, easy group. And that was probably the lair of the undead there. Okay, let's just mostly end turn here. And then we wait. Shamble forward, please. Okay, so the guests will be joining the fight here. Let's see if Reforged has changed anything. It might be the case, but I can't see anything different. So, same enemy. Did I say Reforged? I meant Hardened. Alright. I'll probably just go in here. Definitely possible these guys start to flee though. Even with 50 plus resolve. So maybe avoid it. Let's not get next to them at least. Not just yet. In a bit. How about Sigma though? 71 resolve. Do it? 3 AP weapon is also pretty good against ghasts. 1 hit is enough. Immediately fleeing. Immediately fleeing. Okay, it's possible that either Hardened has made the ghast horrific scream tougher, or I'm just super unlucky here. The target receives 4 mental morale checks. Okay, that's a little bit ridiculous that immediately both of these guys are fleeing, especially the one with 70 plus resolve. Oh well. So I don't believe bolster works when someone is fleeing, let's see. Yeah, it doesn't. So we have to rely on the rally. Rally works. I guess I could use a dog. I wonder what... Well, I guess I can see. What is your resolve, dog? 50. So that also comes with a risk. The dog might start to flee and then it dies as the ghast does the inappropriate touch. But I suppose they do take experience points, I guess, so... Let's not use more than one dog here. No need. But in that undead camp, if there's plenty more ghasts, then perhaps we use more of them. There we go. 3 levels. One of them for Egon. So I should write it down. That you are... conversion candidate. Okay, let's take discovered talent. Okay, he starts with a pretty poor roll here. So he'll go with parry, I guess. Okay, let's take resolve. Let's take range defense. Does he want fatigue? Not necessarily. I guess he goes nimble. Well, he might also go with flexible. So it's between +2 melee defense and +4 initiative. I'll go with the melee defense. I get a star in hit points. That's not a fantastic start there, discovered talent, so we might let this guy go pretty soon. Maybe wait until like level 4, see how he rolls, what he gets. Randolph, level 5. Okay, this is the way you do it. This is definitely the way you do it. Let's take +4 melee skill, +3 melee defense, and +5 initiative. Initiative, of course, useful with flexible, even if you don't end up taking dodge. And he also has overwhelm and unstoppable, so we can do some initiative things. Anyways, I could decide on weapon mastery now. If I do so though, I probably want to move him to the front line. I think it's going to be flails over cleavers. What I could also do is purchase a weapon perk 3, but that costs money. And I am stingy, at least at this point. There's certainly better ways to use money than getting this guy some training. So if I go flail mastery, what the hell do I give you? I have one flail here. Reinforced wooden flail. I think I'd rather use the jacket bike for now. I do have a good cleaver, but cleavers take a lot of fatigue to use. 4 AP, 14 fatigue for the two-handed scythe. He does get Rush of Battle if I'd like, so that's some fatigue cost help. And he also doesn't get Berserk, though I could go with Unstoppable. I suppose flails also take fatigue, but I think I prefer like having a two-handed flail. Much like Gerbold here. In the end. There's also the legendary two-handed flail added by the recent free update. Well, I say recent, but how long has it been? Has it been like a year? That's been added to even vanilla. I mean, of course, to vanilla as well. So that's something as well. But in any case, if I take Flail Mastery here, it's not going to benefit me at all yet. Am I getting the Rush of Battle? If I do, I could take that now. I think I probably am getting that. So yeah, let's mark these flail perks, all of them in green. For some weapons, I'm not always going to take all of the perks, but I think flails are really good. For someone, I might skip the Whirling Death, despite it being excellent overall, but it does cost a lot to use and has a limited duration. I mean, most of the time this is probably pretty much automatic to take, but maybe there's a special reason candidate not to take it. If you have something better, if you have a low fatigue pool or something, I don't know. But anyways, Rush of Battle, I think. So that is 5 perks planned. Yeah, I'll go with the Rush of Battle. I think this is pretty good. It's not going to do much yet, but when he goes to the front line, then things will change. Okay, and then we have Ludger, level 5. Plus 3 melee skill. Plus 3 melee defense. And plus 4 hit points. Excellent. Takes Sword Mastery. Okay, let's probably chase these barbarians down and then destroy the ruins of Stalwart Keep. Go with the same lineup, maybe? Or maybe actually bring Swain back for this. I should also level Helmer and Winrich. Let's see, how many people do I have to convert? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, it seems. That's a lot. So it's unlikely I'll get all of them. Someone will be leaving unless I manage to craft some cocaine before the next sacrifice event triggers. Okay, I don't like fighting in the forest here, but let's do it. Don't want them getting further away. I suppose we'll mostly just hold position. Thought there would be less of them. There are 11. Getting hit by one of these spiked maces is not a fun time, but it's fun to actually get that weapon. Definitely something I might use very soon. Okay, just try that and do nothing else, I think. Though there is an argument maybe to be made to attack here, even if it accomplishes 0 damage because of survival instinct. Though maybe not, since I was wondering if you have like a really low chance to attack, then since they have survival instinct, whenever you get hit by an attack, gain a stack. But whenever an attack misses, you lose 1 stack, and per stack it's plus 10 defenses. So if you have a really low chance to hit, then it might be actually worthwhile. I don't know. Whatever, it doesn't really matter. Okay, let's use that, not advance. No, another one of these. Guess I'm glad. Oh, yeah, whoops, I can't actually move back. That's fine-ish, though. It's not fantastic. That's a slight mistake. Move Ludger there. Probably don't want to do that, though. Yeah, the terrain here is screwing me up a bit. I guess I can put Esvik there to block. He's nimble. And Esvik isn't a cultist plus, so even if he somehow dies there, as they... Oh, they don't have rotation, huh? No, they should have the barbarian rotation, right? Yeah, barbarian fury. So they can go ham on one guy, but even if Esvik dies, it's not like a huge deal. But then again, Sven dying is also fine, and he's at less of a risk there, so maybe I just leave him there. I mean, I have to leave him there, but not provide blockage to help out. Also, do you have Vigorous Assault? You don't, and this is a 6 AP weapon. Though he does have heavy javelins as well. Don't think I want to engage there though. So let's just move a bit. Gerhard does nothing, I think. Yes, big holds here. Yeah, we need someone to handle this. Let's not move there. So yeah, hold there as you are. Don't bother shield walling. You step back like here. Okay, let's try this. Okay, Randolph also holds, I think. Yeah, I don't want to step here, I don't think. Do I? Maybe I should have moved Adalbert to the back line again. I think I just hold instead of moving there to hit once. Then again, let's see. So this is 5 AP minus 2, so it's 3 AP to actually attack. Yeah, I can move back. Okay, never mind. There we go. And I have the polearm perk, the last one. They are throwing things. Good luck with that. I don't really mean it, but I'll say it. I'd really like to get these weapons, so need to be a little bit careful in how quickly I handle these enemies. That's a good one. Do I step here? Does it help at all? It blocks access to Adalbert. That's basically all it does. Guess I can next round move on one of these if they don't engage, but this guy should be engaging. Yeah, he's going to engage. Don't really see much of a downside to this either, so let's do it. Not sure if adrenaline will help. If this guy uses adrenaline, then it doesn't help. Does it? No, actually it does. Probably. We'll see. $29? Why is it that low? 20% crowded. Yeah, okay. Sure. Do that then. Okay, never mind. He is using the axes. Guess that's a good thing for us. We can go in with the adrenaline. Let's use the quick hands. Okay. This time I don't think I want to step back. Let's not. Okay, that is actually... maybe I should have gone... Yeah, I should have gone for the other one. 10 hit points left. It's a huge waste of damage if I finish him with the two-handed flail. Can't move here. And attack. I also would like to actually use Whirling Death again, so... maybe I just hold here and let's see, maybe one of them will end up here? No, this one, I guess. But I can also finish off this one. So, yeah, let's do it like that. Let's actually straight ahead attack there. I was just going to say they haven't been able to accomplish much with the throwing weapons. Anyways, I think we'll probably engage this one. Well, then again, there's also this one. With Sigma. As long as this one is out of the way. Let's not use dogs here, not yet at least. Alright, so this one is fleeing. I could finish him, but if I do so... let's see, 6 enemies. Yeah, I suppose I can probably reach all of them. They're not going to be leaving just yet, though. So, okay. Hilmar is probably needed more here. This guy is by far the least dangerous reaver in the field, and we can handle that with Gerbold and the others. Okay, 4 enemies left, about to be 3. Their helmets would be nice to get, actually. And also, actually, the body armor of these two, the 100s. But I don't... I mean, I might maybe dagger this guy, but probably not bother with that on any of them. Okay, I'll move Sigma here. I don't want either of these guys getting away. If he gets hit and it's nasty, then too bad. Oh, you're leaving. What kind of barbarian are you? You still have a chance. Come on. I'm here. Kill me. Kill me, I'm here! Well, I think he's getting away. Unless I use a dog. Also, if I use a dog, it's going to block my access to him, so the dog dies. Okay, I guess you can leave. You coward. You craven bastard. Absolute milksop. Lily-livered dandelion. Anyways, let's see what chance there was to hit. I'm semi-curious. 33 against 47. Anywho. At least we get these two, so we get at least, I think, one of these weapons. So yeah, let's take a look here. So, arrow to the knee, 2 additional action points per tile moved. Well, that's not going to help. From the heavy javelins. Nice shot. Ludger, go in against this one. Yep, it does hurt a lot getting hit. That is with flexible. Headshot would have been worse. I'll go for this one here. Of course, I cannot shield wall with the shield. It only has a knockback skill. Okay. Well, that takes care of that. There we are. 3 level ups. So did we get a mace? We got both of them, okay. Hilmar, level 9. +4 for melee skill, +5 for fatigue. And +2 melee defense, since I occasionally use him in the melee range. He is in the front line. Okay, it's probably going to be Berserk here. We'll probably go with the planned perks here, which are Elusive, Exude Confidence, because he has Determined, and Berserk. And I believe I'll go Berserk first. Not sure if Fresh and Furious would be good here, maybe. But, of course, I can't get everything. Let's get Berserk. Esvig, level 8. +3, +3, and +5 hit points. Good. And takes Finesse at this point, I think. 20% fatigue cost reduction. He might even... I guess I might give him Berserk. 68 melee skill at this point will reach around 75. plus fast adaptation, plus potentially reach advantage, plus potentially formidable approach, which does require a two-handed melee weapon. I think I had that as an option for Sigmar, but yeah, it requires a two-handed melee weapon. Of course, you cannot use that with a shield. Anyway, Thor Helm level 5. Okay, well, here we go. No longer do we roll well with the range skill. I guess I still take a +2. Since I couldn't think of what on earth to do with this guy, I'm leveling the range skill here. But I suppose I might let Tormund go. Maybe even actually already. Since I have these recruits here and I can find more. And since he rolled so poorly this level. Yeah. 74 by level 11, but I can do better. Iron Lungs Impatient is good though. Or at least I shouldn't probably have him in the lineup to level up. Instead, I should have someone with more long-term potential. So, Egon? Okay, you can stick around for now, Thorhelm. Or can you? Let's see. I have 19 people, right? Yeah. Yeah, I'll let him go. Have a throwing mastery before you go, though. See ya. Okay. And now, I don't believe anyone will be using a spiked mace yet, but maybe soon. Adelbert took a hit there. Also, I have a 100 helmet, so maybe use that. He's nimble though, so 6 weight. 6 weight. Let's go with this. Vision -1. So you guys can carry some of this stuff here. Also, yes, bundle of heavy throwing things. I think I'll still go with this selection for Swain. Alright, let's wait a bit and then we take on the ruins of Stalwart Keep. Maybe wait until tomorrow. Which is a bit of a waste of time, but I'm also repairing, so... Okay, sunrise, let's go, I think. Use this lineup. Sure, also I guess I'll equip the Reinhardt here at this point. Also, yes, I have 100 helmet from that fight. Let's give that to... Well, it's not repaired. Let's give it to Reinhardt here. Also, I have a dog. Someone like Egon can have that. Okay, let's hold on to these as well on the sacrifices. I'll repair one of these crude axes in case I want to use one. I'll give these guys some kind of weapons here, but those probably won't be used in battle. Not by them. Okay, 14 enemies. So it should be ghasts plus zombies. So let's still wait and see. That should be the lineup. Also, once again, forgot to use the Whirling Death. But it doesn't matter much. Let's decapitate for once. Nice 19% there. And a 47. Okay. Guys, stop it. I guess once again I could have daggered this one. We'll find plenty of armors. But this one though. 130 helmet. And that's a minor upgrade. I guess I should. I suppose I should. But this one. Yeah, that's the same helmet. Okay, fine. I'll dagger them. So, go for this one. $25. Lucky again. Lucky 25. Also, this is a 130 armor. Yeah, okay. Okay, fine. I'll dagger all of you. No, not all of you. Not this one. Not this one. And probably not this one. Alright. Yeah, I'll just destroy this. Never mind. Yeah, switch. And switch. And miss. And get fatigued out. There you go, Randolph. Alright. So dagger this one, dagger this one. This one. Well, not these two. It's going to take some effort. We take damage in the meanwhile. But I guess it's worth it. That's a lot of 95 misses in this fight. Oh, you don't have a dagger. Well, in that case, just do that. Alright, one more unless they rise up. Which they might. Okay, there we are. We get one armor and 2 helmets. Basic mail shirt. Worth. And also some levels. Which is more worth. So 130 armor. Give it to a frontliner, but which one? Okay, Sven will go with Reforged, but probably not yet. With this level of gear that we are working with. So we'll take Spear Flurry. Your spear attacks cost no fatigue. 0 fatigue to use this. Okay. That's potentially OP, we'll see. Max rolled melee skill. Min rolls the melee defense where he has stars. Okay. And also takes resolve. Yeah. Alright. Next up, Egon level 3. Min rolls melee skill and defense. Well, I might let him go. Let's take these. Yeah, I didn't get any stars here. Okay, it's time to go, Egon. Better luck next time. Get lost. Okay, Adelmar, level 5. Okay, I'll take +3 melee skill there, even though it's potentially not going to matter that much. Let's take crossbow mastery. Okay, Reinhardt in the lineup. Oh, you guys are complaining because you haven't been in the lineup. Never mind. So Winrich in the lineup and Swain out and Helmer in the lineup with let's see, some kind of reach weapon. Do I have one? Somewhere. Let's use Adelmar's Petum. And let's give Adelmar the Golden Dag. So this needs to be repaired, and the other one will be... Well, I guess I can equip both already. Essentially the same as this Nomad reinforced helmet. Yeah, you can have that. And you can have that. And then we have a couple of 120s. Okay, there we are. And a level up for Gerhard as well, level 6. Resolve, melee skill, and hit points. And probably takes command. Command an ally from your faction to act now. Cannot be used on stunned allies or those who already ended the turn. 5 AP, 20 fatigue. Rally the target with a bonus. If the target is not fleeing, move it to the next position in the turn sequence. The target recovers 1 action point. Range of 3 tiles. It's between that and long reach, I think. Let's take command. Okay. There we go. Let's head on over to Lugnstead. How's the inventory? Yeah, we can still feel it. So scout this area. Yeah, I saw barbarians. They are running away though. Let's leave them be. Don't want to chase them around. Okay, time to sell things again. Okay, conversion. So Erwin is getting converted. Show him the darkness. Gerbold gains +2 resolve. So Erwin is this guy. One of these kind of mediocre promise potential guys. Well, I think he might be the... No, there's two. There's two promise potentials. Okay. So now you are a cultist as well. So if he doesn't succeed with promise potential, I will definitely get rid of him. He's not good enough otherwise. Alright, here we are. Oh! Where's my ambushed trade routes? God damn it. So follow the tracks as well as a deliver cargo contract here. Let's check out now that I have room. Norman. Though he needs to be dumb, right? He doesn't have a name. Well, he has a name, but he doesn't have a title like the Odd or the Slow. Yeah, he would need to be dumb. Okay, Militia can be converted though, I believe. He's lucky and huge. Alright, he's probably sticking around. 3-star melee defense starts at 5, -5. Melee skill could have been better. But I can make like some kind of shield tank-ish. Something like that. And also maybe go Indom. No stars in fatigue though. Okay. Welcome aboard, Hartwig. +4 melee defense. Do you have parry, by the way? No. 6 hit points, melee defense, and initiative or resolve. One thing with dodge is in Hardened that if you're using it on a tank character who gets surrounded, then you're basically not benefiting from it at all because it requires those empty adjacent tiles. So in the Black Monolith fight, for example, you shouldn't rely on someone with dodge to handle the northern flank, or at least not rely on the dodge. Instead, just go with max defenses, hit points, resolve, and perhaps add Indomitable. I'll take the resolve here instead of the initiative. In plenty of other fights though, even for someone who's designated as a tank, I guess having dodge is still useful. Since he min-rolled the melee skill as well as started pretty low, I'll just commit to shields. Maybe go with phalanx as well. Where is that? Here. Let's begin with one with the shield. But for now, perhaps keep him in the backline regardless. Also, yeah, the 130 armor. How do I forget these things? Someone gets that. Let's see. So it's -15 stamina. So probably not for Nimble. Let's give it to Sven here. And then I have a 110. Let's give it to Randulf. The new guy can get that piece. Okay. Let's not recruit anymore here. So selling price now without ambush trade routes is 19. Okay, well, good enough. Plenty of cleavers. At this point, I'll sell the reinforced wooden flail. Keep this selection of throwing weapons here. Okay. That's good enough for selling. Let's also buy a few food items. And I guess 2 stacks of tools. What's our relations here? Friendly. Let's try to get to allied. Let's take this contract. Also, once again, easy but good experience. And at this point, I guess I could take on this place since I don't need to worry about the ambush trade routes. Also, it might have been from a different place. Okay, that is laughably easy. I'll leave Adomar out of this. Three times. Wait and wait to get this guy in melee, so they don't get to leave. And now just kill all of them. Okay, so yeah, do I want to take on this place? Anyways, let's do levels. Adalbert, level 8. think I skipped the +3 range defense here. Go for fatigue or resolve. It is +15 resolve though, with promised potential or realized potential, and plus the candle trait, so resolve is fine. I'll take fatigue here. And let's take probably duelist. Duelist in Hardened, of course, is quite different. Requires one-handed melee weapon, while adjacent to at most one enemy gain +2 reach and +30% armor penetration, while adjacent to exactly 2 enemies gain +1 reach and +15% armor penetration. Let's go ahead and take that. Gerbold, level 8. More hit points, as well as the melee stuff. And takes what now? Could go with Flail Spinner over Berserk, I think. He's still kind of a glass cannon despite having 28 melee defense. But yeah, let's go with Flail Spinner. Whenever you use an attack during a turn, perform a free extra attack of the same type to a different valid enemy within 2 tiles. This attack deals 50% less damage. Quite nice. Okay, so yeah. Do I take on the Forsaken Ruins? I mean, it should be doable without much difficulties, even though I don't see what's inside. But it should be brigands, right? Unless it was from this place, the Jagged Blades garrison, that they had the ambushed trade routes. So it is in the tundra. Yeah, I think I'll probably do that. Damaged a little bit here, so I could either go back now or camp for a bit before I do it. Also, you don't have a dagger. Let's change that. And okay, I don't have a pole arm for you. Actually, I do. Never mind. So yeah, probably do that next time. Let's leave this episode here. Thanks for watching, and I shall see you then.